A wonderful, wonderful atmosphere inside Old Trafford. Ian Millwood just looking a little tense as he waits to come out here. The two teams traditionally will come out side by side. Brian Noble, Ian Millwood sharing a little joke, and the two skippers sportingly shaking hands behind them. This is the moment when the hair on the back of the neck will stand on end, because they're coming out at Old Trafford into a 63,000 sellout crowd. A fantastic atmosphere, and out they come, and they all look eager for it. They all look ready. The crowd, they most certainly are. What a noise as the two teams emerge. That's the Bradford end, up the other end, the St Helens. The fifth year in a row, the top against second have contested the grand final. We have the first ever grand final repeat. The noise at Old Trafford is deafening. So who has the wind in their sails? The coaches have done their job now. Talking's over. It's time for action. Ian Millwood looking supremely confident. Brian Noble looking very, very relaxed. Russell Smith is the referee of the year, and he's in charge of the grand final again. What an atmosphere, Steve-O. What a night for the greatest game.
I can't wait for the kick-off, and you can just sense it that this is going to be something very different indeed. It's been said so many times, they are the two best sides in Super League. There is little doubt. And this crowd, I am sure, is going to be treated to an absolute great match.
The grand final of 2002 pitches the two best clubs in the competition together. Referees ready, crowds ready, we're ready, you're waiting and ready at home. It's about to explode. The grand final is underway. Sean Long gets us in motion, and it bounces off the legs of Stuart Fielden, and he makes the first run, and Fielden takes the first tackle.
So important, the first touch of the ball. They'll all be looking for it. They'll all want to get involved as St Helens on the defence. They'll want to make sure they get a good hit, good tackling in this first opening minute.
Good run though from Joe Vangenaar there on the third tackle. Gets up, plays the ball to Lowe's. Lowe's gets the ball away to Fielden, and Fielden stands. They can't let him offload like that. Here is Deacon, and Deacon running flat. Gets the ball away to Peacock. Don't think he was quite ready for it. Tackled by Sculthorpe low down.
Well, the second row of Peacock really should have been stood at an angle and running onto that football. Good opportunity. They had the overlap there. They had the numbers.
Deacon's kick downfield is met by Darren Albert. A great chase led by Joe Vangenaar. Sculthorpe the dummy half, and here is Paul Wellens, the St Helens full-back. Cunningham waits at dummy half. Finds his captain Joint. Joint is tackled by Fielden with a little bit of help from James Lowes. Cunningham. Now it's Barry Ward. Not too much ground made by Ward. Forshaw asking the referee for something. Was there a fumble there? It's with Long, who dabs the ball over the top. And Withers collects. The hero of last year's grand final. A hat-trick against Wigan. Good chase by Saints though. Yonkers leading the way.
Both sides just trying to play with each other and tease a little bit of a break. Not doing anything outstanding as yet, though. I must say that you mentioned the fat Stuart Fielden standing in the tackle for about 3 seconds. St Helens have got to be a bit quicker than that, try to close him down.
Here's Vangenaar, and he's wrestled to the ground by Joint. Britt finishes him off. Lowe's gets it to the left and he finds Daniel Gartner. And that's the last tackle this set of 6 for Bradford. It's with Brandon Costin. A stab through by Costin! Wellens, it bounced off the knees, and it's a good job that Darren Albert was there. It's play on, it's back to 0 in the tackle count. Vinacolo picks up, he plays the ball to Fielden, and Fielden going for the power, but they hold him back.
Wonderful defence there by Darren Albert. And there's a Saints player down, they're down to 12 at the moment.
And here come the Bulls with Withers. Withers wide, it goes to Naylor, it's opened up for Naylor. Naylor is in! Bradford off to a wonderful start. Bradford off to a great start in 2002. Tries given by Russell Smith. I think it was Wellens who was down and injured over on the far side. Saints were caught in defence and Naylor over for the try. First of the grand final.
Beautiful work on that short blind side. Quick the ball out to Costin. Costin put boot to ball, and the big fella was there to apply all the pressure, the winger. But Naylor has come up with an absolutely classic. This is the kick. You can see there Cunningham went to try for the obstruction. He put a lot of pressure in there. They both went for the football. Wellens picked up the injury. You can see him laying prone on the ground. And once they got the ball out, it was always going to be a matter of getting the inside pass, and that's what came. He took the step. They were stretched for the Saints defence. Wonderful play. Good, hard, solid work on that blind side. Started by Lowe's, the hooker. And Naylor, not noted for a step, but he certainly got the strength. And the Bulls are at it again in a grand final.
They are, and as Deacon lines up this conversion attempt and Naylor takes a drink out of the bottle, Saints with a huge problem with Wellens. Deacon adds the extras. Bradford off to a flyer, as they were 12 months ago. It's Bradford 6, St Helens 0.
What an opener. And it is just the start that Brian Noble wanted. They have been criticised over the past of this Bradford outfit, saying that they've only got one set pattern, and that's bulldoze them with the forwards. But they certainly show their quality and the skill there. Kept the ball alive. 2 wonderful passes by the 2 halfbacks, created the overlap, and when they slid the defence Saints, it was Naylor that took the step.
Big problems for Wellens. He's come to the sideline, and I don't think that he is able to carry on for the moment. They're going to have to make the change, Saints. Darren Albert has funneled back to full-back for the time being. Bradford are rampant. This is Forshaw. Hoppy has come on for Wellens.
Well, they both went for the football. Costin lunged at it. Obviously, he caught Wellens. Big problems for Saints.
There were flying boots there, and Wellens put his body on the line, and he took a nasty knock. And Fielden wants to get up and play the ball. Now he does to Lowe's. They go down the short side again. Costin with a dab over the top. Oh, the space here. And Albert comes across. Oh, and Vinacolo near cleans him out.
It was a big hit. That's 2 that Albert has already taken in this opening 5 minutes. They mean business. The Bulls are rampant. Saints have to just calm things down. Not much possession. Nothing silly. They've got to regroup.
This is Cunningham. This is a fellow who might lift them. Gets it away to Long. Good tackling by Robbie Paul.
Got a big night as Robbie. It's obvious that Brian Noble has put the mark on him. You've got to keep an eye on Sean Long.
Interesting, Steve-O, that one of their potential weaknesses, Vinacolo, turned into a potential match winner with those 2 chips over the top down the left-hand side. One produced the try when Wellens was injured, and Vinacolo, he was all over the top of Darren Albert just a moment ago.
Well, Red Eddie, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, Bradford are one of the finest teams in the world, never mind just in this country, at the ability of working that short blind. And obviously, good tactics by the little kick from Costin on 2 occasions on the left-hand side.
Good run from Tavita Vicona, plays the ball to Lowe's. Here is Stuart Fielden, and that's Darren Britt who takes him low down. Saints really haven't started yet. It's all Bradford. This is Vicona now attacking them up the middle. Good, strong run again, held off by Ward. Little bit of a crisis early for Ian Millwood. It's with Lowe's. He dabs the ball through, and that is gobbled up by Tim Yonkers. News, I think, coming in of Paul Wellens. Bill?
distraught Paul Wellens is heading for the St Helens dressing room at the moment. He's in tears because his grand final has been cut so short by what looks to be a blow to the eye. His right eye is already really badly puffed up. He's obviously caught a boot or a stray elbow in there maybe, and the doctor was checking his vision to see whether he's okay in that department, but he really does look very groggy indeed, and I think they're taking him to the dressing room to try and get some ice on that injury.
Well, this is the incident there, and you could see that it's the knee of Costin that trailed through. It was an accident. There was certainly no intent there. They both went for the 50-50 ball, and you've got to say that Wellens was brave, but he's come off second best.
Well, that's a huge blow for St Helens, and who knows, it could be a massive blow for Great Britain with Chris Radlinski already ruled out of the Test series against the Kiwis. Let's hope that's not a broken cheekbone. We'll keep tabs on that story as it unfolds, but right now it's the grand final, and it's Fielden for Bradford. And Fielden the the ball came away, but it's stolen.
It was dragged away, 2-on-1. Controversial decision by Russell Smith. There's a bit of pushing and shoving. It's handbags at 6 paces. And the tension out there is unbearable. It really is. And this is where they've got to dig deep, and that fella knows, Ian Millward, that this side has got to just take it steady. They'll have chance now as Bradford opt to take the 2 points on offer.
Yep. Well, the ball was cleanly stolen. That was shown by our cameras.
No doubt about it.
And that's why the penalty's given.
Bradford bench look a little bit concerned. Warren Albert, of course, been in the thick of things. And I must say that the way that Jimmy Lowes is controlling things from dummy half, Saints have to close him down. He's made no less than 4 runs, which is creating him. He brings the late pass. It's usually a flat pass, and we saw there how Fielden made so much progress. No doubt about it, they're on the roll.
Deacon lining up this penalty attempt from fully 40 metres out. By the way, just for those of you who might be interested, we have 21 cameras on duty here at Old Trafford tonight, bringing you the Tetley Super League Grand Final live from the Theatre of Dreams. So no indiscretion will be safe. As Deacon thumps it towards those posts, he's missed. He got the distance, the ball's gone dead. Bradford will get the ball back. He is a potent weapon for Brian Noble, the kicking of Deacon.
Got an unusual style, comes round in a very, very narrow arc.
Drop out then, off the hand of Withers, but it went back, and this is Fielden. Well, he started like a house on fire, Fielden. And there's another St Helens player down. I think that's Martin Gleeson.
Yeah, it is. Gleeson's hobbling back into that line, and again we see Bradford taking that short blindside. Gardner did well to keep that.
Here's Vainicolo. Straight at Cunningham. And it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 to bring the volcano to ground.
Bit of a problem with Gleeson, Eddie. It's his knee, I feel.
This is the last tackle. They're looking for Deacon to put the kick in, and he will out wide here, looking for Vicona. This is a tester for Stewart. Vicona flips the ball down. It's still on. A dab through. Oh, and what's happened here? I think that Newlove...
It'll be play on.
He meant to play for it, and he was pinched from it by Peacock. Play on, and 6 to go. Vicona gets the ball away to Withers. Withers gets it to Deacon. They're in again. Bradford are in again. He's gone to the video referee.
The last play of the ball, we're going to go back. Yes, I'm checking it, Scully.
He's taking another look at that. Play the ball.
Well, we've got to see whether he played the ball correctly. If that is the case, then it will be awarded. This will be a TRY if that is it.
It's a knock-on, one way or the other, single or double. He wants to check. Deacon thinks he scored under the sticks. He's preparing for the conversion.
Good work by Vicona. This definitely went backwards, so that's all right. And then it's the kick now from the big second row of Peacock, and that'll be classified as a knock-on. And was it knocked back there by Newlove? I think it was. This is going to be interesting. They'll go frame by frame. Not a bad kick. He got it going backwards, and I think that was reefed away deliberately by Newlove. I'm going to go for the try.
Or was it reefed away by Peacock, Steve-O?
Well, it's hard to say.
The knock on? There's nothing there. He's lost it. Now then.
It's going backwards. That's definitely taken out by Newlove. And then he knocks on. Catches it with his boot to try to stop it. It was definitely going back. This has got to be a try. It will surprise me if this is not a try. Talk about tension here.
Jerry Kershaw is tonight's video referee. We have the #1 man in the booth.
He's definitely reefing away for mine as a centre Newlove.
Well, remember what happened here in 1999 when we had the knock-on over in the far side. I think it was Michael Withers who was deemed to have brushed it. There's a real schmozzle here for Jerry Kershaw to sort out.
Well, I honestly feel...
Old Trafford is holding its breath.
Well, it looked to me it's try because Newlove reefed that away.
Split decision in the crowd. What say you, Jerry Kershaw? The try is disallowed. It's a scrum down to the defending side, St Helens. That's a let-off. And I think he knows it too.
I think everybody in this ground somewhat stunned, especially if you're a Bradford supporter. That looked quite clear, but I am not the video referee. Jerry Kershaw is, and he has deemed that Peacock has knocked on when... Well, I saw it several times, Eddie. What's your feeling on it? It looked to me as though Newlove deliberately got that ball away.
50-50. 11 minutes gone. It doesn't matter what we think. It's the view of the video referee, Jerry Kershaw, that counts. And it's 6-0 rather than 12-0. And Bradford, a bit frustrated maybe by that decision. They've dished away the penalty.
That's the first time that he's gone for the interference there. And you could see the player actually just throw himself to the ground, which was Chris Joynt. It's all part and parcel, of course. You talk about the nerves and the build-up to this. If you can get a good penalty and you can kid the referee, they'll do it, don't worry.
Here's Darren Britt. Good ball on his inside. Barry Ward was almost through. What a tackle by Forshaw. Now then, Long. Here is Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe wide to Newlove. 100% fit, they say. Tackled by Naylor. Plays the ball quickly to Stewart. And Stewart is hunted down by Robbie Paul and Paul Deacon.
Play the ball very, very quickly, the Saints now.
This is Sculthorpe, the man of steel. Good defence. It's the last tackle. And here is Long. And he'll stab it through. That bounces up. Withers has it. He's away from one. He's away from two. And Barry Ward is the man, Mike Bennett rather, is the man who gets to him.
Wonderful defence here. You can see they had the sweeper there, which was Lowe's, I think, or was it Forshaw? But either way, it popped up nicely. Well,
Colo tackled by Hoppy.
That'll lift the confidence of the Saints outfit, and rightly so. They needed the football. They needed the ball in their hands to build their ability and make sure that they can actually apply the pressure. They've applied none to Bradford apart from that run.
It's with Lowe's now, and he's gone for a big hoof downfield. It's over the top of Darren Albert, but he's leaving it to Anthony Stewart. And Stewart will bring it back, but is met by Robbie Paul and Jamie Peacock. This is Tim Yonkers now for St Helens. 13 minutes gone, and Paul Wellens is a disconsolate figure inside that St Helens dressing room. Nasty injury. His grand final could be over.
Offside, man in front, a forward pass. Well, the official Russell Smith has stated that he's not in an offside position. He looked it to me. Either way, Bradford will get the scrum and feed.
Well, a big night for Paul Sculthorpe on Tuesday when he got the Man of Steel award as the game's top player for the second year in a row.
And fully deserved, I might add. He's had a wonderful, wonderful year.
Only Ellery Hanley, the great Hanley, has managed more than the two. He's got 3 Man of Steel awards under his name. Who's to say that Sculthorpe won't make it a hat-trick next year? That's all for the future. This is the present.
Oh, hit by Chris Joynt.
A smack by Joynt on Gartner. Peacock. Robbie Paul. Peacock again.
Once again, we're seeing the pattern of the Bulls keeping this ball pretty tight and using the short side yet again. Did well to keep that ball alive. Good tackle by Stewart in the end.
Van den Haar Driving the ball in. Good tackle low down by Darren Britt. Here is Lowe's. Lowe's to Deacon. Deacon with a kick. If he defuses this, it's all over. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, and it's a very, very shallow in goal here and very close to those front row of seats.
Well, I fully expected that they were going to utilise the ball, and we took it well there, did Hoppy. It was diffused, that's why they'll tap out on the 20. Very narrow, as Eddie has just mentioned.
And that back line almost on the arc as it drops down to the ground. Here is Gleeson now, tackled by Vainicolo.
He lost it. Lost it, did Gleeson. And Vainicolo was quick to alert the official, Russell Smith. And he said he took his hands off at the end, and he probably did. Yeah, lost it.
Well, it was one-on-one anyway. But he could have been head and feed to St Helens. As it is, it's head and feed to Bradford.
Well, I look a little bit shocked at the Saints outfit, and rightly so. This has been a blitz from Bradford. It could have been 12, of course. Video referee saying it was no try to Deacon. It was a wonderful build-up as well. The inside pass was superb.
Withers does well to offload to Lowe's. He does the same to Naylor. Naylor stands in the tackle, gets it away to Lowe's. Back it comes to Withers. Across field it goes to Fielden. Fielden in centre field just slips at the vital moment. Gleeson all over the top of him. Lowe's taking over the acting halfback position. It's with Forshaw now.
There again you see Lowe's very quick at the dummy half. They're getting the advantage.
Fielden. Still Fielden. Taking 3 to bring him down. Eventually he is brought down 10 metres away. Lowe's, Van den Aar. It's with Peacock. Standing again. Back to Robbie Paul. Paul dancing. Oh, and he couldn't get the pass to Vicona or Naylor.
Well, there'll be a relief man here in Millwood. He knows that his St Helens side were on the rack, keeping the ball alive. That's one facet of play that was there was too many cooks spoiling it then. Naylor and his winger just having a little chat to each other. Vicona certainly couldn't get it. Wasn't the best pass though from the Bradford skipper Robbie Paul.
Well, a breathtaking start from Bradford, but here come the Saints trying to respond. Gleeson, no, can't get away. The Saints need to get their hands on the ball, Phil, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and they need to somehow control Bradford when they have it too. You very often hear coaches talking about winning the floor. That means controlling the ruck area, and at the moment Bradford are doing that just as they did last year's grand final also. The knock on there again, we'll see ball coming to Bradford. When you turn over the ball inside your own half, you're inviting trouble. That's exactly what Saints have just done there. The fifth tackle options too from the Bradford Bulls have been very, very dangerous. That's very often the difference at this level.
And the mistakes like that, as Phil Clark has just mentioned, Darren Britt should have had that ball, and they really are becoming their own worst enemies, Saints side. But they're still only 6 adrift.
4 now, but this is an important set of 6 for both sides. Forshaw grounded. Look at the amount of possession that Bradford have had in St Helens half, and they're there again. And this is Gartner on the run.
Good running from dummy half.
Lowe's again down the short side. Fielden with the drive.
What a game this guy's having.
Well, he started brilliantly for 17 minutes. No doubt about that. Withers just dropped the shoulder, manages to offload, but loses ground. Who's got it? Sculthorpe, I think.
That should be a knock-on, but he hasn't picked it. Bradford fans don't like it.
Neither did his touch judge.
St Helens are going on with it. A 50-50 ball, I didn't think he called that, doesn't matter. And they've conceded a penalty, Bradford. This is one thing they didn't want to do, and it must be a relieved coach here in Millwood to know that Saints have got off the hook yet again. He knows that they've got the ability to come back. They are the comeback kings.
Importantly, they are inside the Bradford half. They've not been there too often, as we've already seen. This is Cunningham. Here is Darren Britt, and Britt will charge it in. The big Australian prop forward. 3 grand finals with the Canterbury Bulldogs. He was captain in 1998. Here is Sean Long. This is Paul Sculthorpe. That's Paul Newlove. And a good tackle by Robbie Paul. Sculthorpe will go on his own. Tackled by Jamie Peacock. 4 tackles gone, 2 left this set of 6. Newlove.
Bit of a wobble there.
No knock on though.
That is. No doubt about that one. No advantage.
Change over
with the
here,
turnover.
top 5.
Just jots down that mistake in his book yet again. He's had plenty to do with that Ian Millwood.
Take it back.
And it's things like that that can just go against you psychologically.
Play a ball. That's one, release.
Well, I think we have some more news on Paul Welland's injury.
Let him up.
Bill?
Eddie, the word from the Saints medical team is that it is, as feared, a fractured cheekbone with Paul Welland's. That is certainly the early diagnosis. Their facial expert, the club's advisor on facial injuries, is here tonight, and I understand that he's on his way down to the dressing room to have a look. But that is desperately sad to see Paul Welland's in that situation in a grand final, well, in any game, but in a grand final, the biggest night of the year.
Indeed so, and that will have repercussions for Great Britain. This is a penalty for Bradford.
Now, if I was Bradford, I'd stick it right in the corner, forget about the 2 points, but I think they're going to go for them. I would have Saints on the roll. I would have had that right in the corner whilst they were even just thinking about it. Bang! Get on with it. Now, Saints can regroup. Good work from Joint. Just got a fingertip on the little halfback Paul Deacon. That certainly was a try-saver. There was no one at home.
Well, Chris Joint, 2 grand final wins as captain. He's out for number 3 here. It's his 5th appearance at Old Trafford for St Helens. He's won 3 out of 4. Lost the 1997 Premiership final against Wigan. And Daniel Gartner's on the bench. He's got a few problems by the looks of things. A touch of concussion maybe. They're just checking his vision as well. But it is desperate news for St Helens and Paul Welland's. Absolutely desperate. And with Chris Radlinski out of the tests.
It's bad for the Great Britain side too.
His grand final lasted about 2 minutes. Deacon then with this latest penalty for Bradford. He scored this time. He increases the lead to 8. The Bradford Bulls are ahead by 8 points to 0. You can hardly hear yourself talk in this stadium.
Yeah, great atmosphere, Eddie. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm not so sure that the Saints players and the Saints fans are feeling that way. But if they can just hang on, they've had little possession. If they can just thwart this Bradford onslaught at the moment and just slowly and surely get back into the game. Very basic rugby league is what Saints have to do now. Make sure the defence is solid and then wait their turn. Patience.
Brian Noble said in our preview programme last night that he's had to rein his players back in practice over the past 2 weeks since they qualified for Old Trafford against St Helens. Boy, he's got them off the leash tonight. And Deacon, he goes for a 40-20 there, just measured it down the field, and very difficult, but picked up by Sean Hoppy. Sean Hoppy, who will retire at the end of this campaign. He's desperate for a match against the Kiwis next Friday. That's the game that the Super League champions will have. At the moment, Bradford will entertain them. But Saints, it's in the script for them to come from behind, and they have to do that tonight.
What a great tackle from Scott Naylor there. Oh, he just battled Newlove just as he received the football. I must say, the doubt about Paul Newlove, they said he was 100%, is doing okay at the moment.
This is Chris Joint, just over halfway with Cunningham. And Cunningham to Sculthorpe, and wide it goes to Yonkers. They're doing a good job in defence, Bradford. This is the last tackle. And here is Long, and a kick out wide. Here's the first test of Vinacolo. Oh, he's allowed it to bounce. It's Gleeson. It's Gleeson for St Helens on the last. He offloads to Joint. It goes wide. Maybe the pass should have gone wide first. It's come out to Bennett, and Bennett will touch down, but he'll have to go to the video referee for this.
Oh, this is another controversial one.
Just check it.
Bennett feels that he's done it.
The kick sequence, please.
Was the tackle completed? That is the key to this. Terry Kershaw, the video referee, will be called upon yet again. He did the right thing. Saints did the right thing. They're all onside. That there is little doubt about. You can see far out on the right-hand side. That's okay. And Vinacolo, Costin never even attempted to take that. Gleeson kept it away. I don't think Gleeson realised it was on the last. Perhaps they thought they'd kicked early in the tackle count. Now then, did the ball carrying arm hit the deck?
Oh, it's ripped out by Costin.
This will be a try.
will it?
Without a doubt. Costin is knocked on. It's back to 6. No doubt in my mind. But was it intentional? Was he looking at it? Oh. We talk about the tension here. What about this? Was he tackled? Was it going backwards, or was he stopped? He's got 2 to look at as Jerry Kershaw. I think he was happy with the Costin incident. That was play on. Now then, Vainikolo gets to Hoppy. Bang! Is this tackle completed? He's losing it backwards. I think they'll give the try, Eddie.
When's the house going on the line, Steve-O?
Oh, I wouldn't even put yours on this one, Eddie. It's so controversial. I'm 50-50 on it. I can't believe it. But I think it's going to be a try.
Well, Mike Bennett has scored only once before in his entire life.
But
is
it going to be classed as a knock-on because he's lost possession?
Well, it went backwards.
Yeah, but was it going forward when it hit a Bradford player? And he didn't know about it. That's what they've got to deem.
That's gone backwards.
Well, it did then. That's why it's another controversial issue here. But he did right, played to the whistle. Bradford they just stood there.
They stopped.
Yeah, they thought it's going to be a knock-on. I think they're going to give this TRY here.
He believes they are as well.
Yeah.
Mike Bennett, he waits. They say a try. Jerry Kershaw, what say you? It's given. St Helens are back in the match. Bennett's second try of his life. And, well, he knows it could have gone either way. That reaction said it all.
Well, Brian Noble will be bitterly disappointed there. Neither Costin or Vainikolo called for the ball. It was a high bomb from long. But look at this. At this level of rugby league football, you do not let the ball bounce like that. Costin and Vainikolo should have sorted it out. Good work from Gleeson. They took the gamble. They kept it alive. And according to the video referee, Bennett said, I'm going to take 4. They all stood around and said, you can't give that. Hey, boys. You better believe it, it's up on the scoreboard.
He started against Wigan last week. His first taste of playoff football, he scored in the grand final, and Long has added the extras. Sean Long with the high kick out wide, and it's the combination there, Tommy Martin, Sean Long. Martin now passing the messages down, Bennett with the try.
And full credit to the youngster. To the full advantage, that's what it meant to the Saints bench. And rightly so, they needed something. They were being steamrolled. But they have fought back yet and yet again.
How often, though, how more times can they fight back? It looked as though, well, if that try had been given underneath the post, I think the grand final might have been over.
I think you're right.
With Wellens and Saints disrupted because of that injury, Bradford with a 12-point lead, hey, it would have taken some clawing back.
It certainly would.
But never say never with this mob.
That is for sure. And at this point in time, they're still working on the short side. And we've already seen Bradford utilise that. Now it's Saints' turn, and they're using this guy, Sculthorpe. He's mingling in with the centres out wide.
Long again with the kick downfield. That will bounce, though. It'll be with us. And it is. He takes control. Bennett, the try scorer, after him. And with Gleeson, who was injured also earlier on, but seems to have run the knock off, brings him down. Vainikolo is wrestled to the ground. Sean Long getting to him.
Well, they've got the measure of the big fella because they're not going down for the legs. He's got huge thighs as Vainikolo. So they're going for the Cumberland throw. Bang! Straight over.
Here is Gilmore. Lowe's down the short side to Deacon, and wide it goes to Vainikolo again. Long is after him, he flicks the ball back inside. Deacon takes it on again. Loop pass into the arms of Lowe's. Back on the inside to Gilmore. Gilmore's on his way. Great run.
Neat little pass from Lowe's back on the inside. Just caught Saints a little bit slow on that defence, and they're doing it again on the blind side. That's not a bad kick.
Costin with the dab through, and this is Sean Long at full-back. is Sculthorpe.
Well, we knew that the kicking game would be oh so important, and they've certainly utilised that. Remember, it was Costin's kick that created the problem for Wellens, but also gave Naylor the chance to open the scoring in this game. We knew we were going to get a classic, and we are.
8-6 to Bradford, 13 to half-time. Here's Cunningham. Suddenly Saints are off the bus. They're at the pace of this grand final now. Joint, long. Stab over the top this time to the other wing, to Vicona. Bounced wickedly on the pitch. Infield it comes and almost over the head of Withers.
Well, there are times when you need to just calm things down, and that certainly wasn't the case from the winger. Long looping pass to the full-back.
Costin to Naylor. Sculthorpe wrestles Naylor to the ground. Fascinating story about Brandon Costin. His first major grand final in 9 years on both sides of the world. And this is, there he is, number 15, right in the centre of your screen. He's on his way to Huddersfield for next year. The Giants back in the Super League. Here is Paul Anderson.
Well, Brian Noel will be hoping that the big fellow will make such a big impact. We've already seen that Lee Gilmore, good run down the middle.
Here is Deacon, trying to jink inside them, and he does. There was no second phase. Last tackle. Lowe's, they'll go down this short side again with Gilmore. Oh, Gilmore threw it over the top of Forshaw. Vinacolo, flick back inside, give it to Saints. Gilmore with the tackle on Gleeson.
Well, this was suicide, wasn't it? Gleeson was just hanging around, hoping that the ball would come back on the inside. The inexperience from Vinacolo there. Good job that Lee Gilmore was around. Would have been a straight run to the line for Gilmore.
Joint plays the ball to Cunningham. He's just on Peter Shields.
Well, it's been such a fast opening, Eddie. I think both sides are feeling the effect.
Great ball from Sculthorpe to Albert. This is the last tackle for Saints. Cunningham to Long. They're going to kick it again. A dab over the top this time. Oh, I think he went for the post, you know. I think he went for the padding.
No doubt about it. It's a ploy that Ian Millwood has injected into his side. Oh, that's not the best. He got away with it.
Went backwards.
Well, just losing their concentration slightly. And it looked as though Bradford had full control of this game. And as Eddie keeps mentioning, you can never say that against his St Helens outfit. They will always come back, don't worry.
Fielden, he's done that all night so far. Here goes Anderson now. Lowe's quickly away from the ruck. It's with Gilmore.
Good use from the substitute there as well, and Lowe's knowing that he's using the fresh players.
Paul wide to Naylor. Naylor wide to Vicona. Great tackle by Newlove. Knock on by Naylor. Play on.
Yeah, just got it on there. The touch just didn't pick it. Either way, Saints get the ball. Justice has been seen to be done.
Oh, thundering challenge by Anderson on Joint.
He felt that as well, did the Saints skipper.
This is Darren Britt.
This has really been a rough house. Some of the defence out there is superb. Tough.
Peter Shields now. They get him down eventually. Gilmore and Deacon. Cunningham waits. 10 minutes from half-time. Cunningham down the short side. And this is Gleeson. Inside it comes to Sean Long. Long then on to Sculthorpe. And Sculthorpe sees a little gap. Bounces away from Anderson. Can't get away from Fielden. That's the last.
Will it be a bomb, or will it be a little dribble through from Long?
It's with Long now. It's a dribble through for the racers and the chasers. Vicona is there though. Vicona just takes the tackle.
Just a touch too strong there. Good position though by the winger.
Well, 151 tries.
What are they doing?
151. He's lost it. He's lost it to Cunningham. And Cunningham's away from one, and he gets it away to Long. And Sean Long scored for Saints. It'll go to the video referee.
This is a try, don't worry about it. This is a try, and they have paid the price. What on earth is Bradford doing? Two long passes right in front of their own try line. It is just stupid. And they came up with the error. It was a good hit. Costin couldn't handle it. It was all play on from there. Why on earth did they want to do that? They'd already had one long pass to the full back. You have to play safety first.
I was about to say, Steve, we're watching the two best attacks in the business, but defence has played such a key so far in this grand final, and they come up with this.
Well, of course they do. We see Gleeson, it was a big hit. That's where the ball is just popped around, and Kieran Cunningham says thank you very much indeed. That was the only doubt that the video referee wanted to look at, and I can assure you now that this try could knock the stuffing out of this Bradford outfit. But why on earth take the gamble?
Long waits, we all do. It's a try for Saints. Sean Long, who seemed to have taken a bang on the ribs as well when he scored that, or in the build-up, and Brian Noble's team got off to the best possible start. But against this team from St Helens, well, you cannot relax for a minute. And Sean Long now has the kick to increase the lead.
Well, the first try came a while without not going for the ball. That was a mistake. They've come up with an error yet again. But Wyatt, I still cannot believe that such a professional side would want to throw two passes out. Look, Vainikona got himself into a good position to defuse the kick. Nothing wrong with the pass there. And the two pass masters, Mr. Long and Mr. Cunningham. What a hit from Gleeson. It's a soft try, but they can only blame themselves. Both tries have been presented to Saints. Their ability to keep it alive has made sure that they take the lead. It could go further.
He kicked one off the touchline in '99 to win it. He's kicked one off the touchline in 2002. And St Helens have a 12-8 lead. A match that was in danger of running away from them. Tommy Martin, Sean Long, what a shame they're not out there together in a playing sense, but they're out there together in a supporting sense as far as Martin's concerned. Look at the reaction from Ian Milwood. He knows that that's the get out of jail card.
No doubt about that, because he realizes that they have not got into the swing of things. An amazing situation. Saints are leading, and they have not been in this game. Rugby league can be a funny game at times.
Well, they've clawed back from 8 down. They lead 12-8. We have 7 minutes to half-time, and suddenly St Helens have the wind in their sails. This is joint.
Big problem for this Bradford side now is not to lose control. They may start worrying about the fact that the Deacon no try when they really had everything under control. It was a controversial decision, I must say. It didn't appear to be a no try to me, but I'm not the video referee. And I just hope, and I'm sure the Bradford fans feel the same way, that it does not affect them. Brian Noble must make sure that there's no talk about it at half-time in the dressing rooms.
Deacon pops it up to Vainikona. He looked devastating early on, chasing those chips down the line. There is Brian Noble, the Bradford coach, probably on his 3rd packet of chewing gum. Here is Paul Anderson. Good run, strong run from the prop forward.
Well, there you see 3 would-be tacklers, and he wants to get on with it. It's got to be a penalty.
Knock on!
Well, he said he hadn't called held. It appeared to be an eternity as far as the crowd are concerned. They stopped him. And, well, he couldn't move.
And he hadn't called held. He went to play the ball, Paul Anderson.
Yeah, well, that's silly. I was just about to say that this is a time when you need a quick play of the ball, when 3 defenders are hanging around you. But, well, these errors, it was Saints that were bringing them early, and now it's turned the tide.
It certainly has, Clarkie. This is something you cannot predict, the grand final.
Absolutely amazing. I think this first half's the rugby league equivalent of the rumble in the jungle. I thought that Bradford were just going to punch St Helens out, but they hung in on the ropes and came out like true champions.
And this is Gleeson now, and it's St Helens' turn to try and keep this ball alive. Hoppy!
Gleeson went for Costin there. It's getting very nasty.
This is Long, a dab through, and that's got to be a knock-off. Or was it a charge down?
It was a charge down, and that's what the referee has just said. Oh, and again we see Bradford chancing their arm. They weren't offside, but charged down by Lowe's. Well, this will be big relief for the Bulls. But they amaze me, you know, this St Helens side. They just have this ability to relax and say, okay, we're behind, but it'll come.
And it does.
No, I must say Bradford have helped them a great deal with two, well, schoolboy errors, really.
It's the St Helens fans who are singing just now, and here is Brian McDermott. James Lowe's, Owen down the left-hand side. Deacon, this is Forshaw. Ball down by Long.
Well spotted by Sean Long. Of course, Ian Milwood, the Saints coach, knows he's not the best defender in the world. That's why he utilises him in the defensive line out wide.
Booming pass then from Costin to Robbie Paul. He's given it to Peacock.
Ooh, Neilov nearly stole that ball. 2-on-1.
Naylor to Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul jinking, finding Deacon. Wide it goes to Costin. Knock on.
Well, the chance was there. They had 3-on-2. He'd sucked in the would-be defender, and it was Long that was going to be sucked in, and Costin couldn't get it. That was try time. No doubt about it in my mind. You could see Gleeson was all at sea, and Long had gone towards Costin. There was going to be nothing that they could have done about that. Not the best pass from this fella. And that should have been another try.
Little mistakes that might come back to haunt the Bradford Bulls. Here's Sculthorpe now. Forshaw all over him. Shields. Tackled by Brian McDermott. Kieran Cunningham. And Cunningham on one of those trademark runs of his. Halted by his opposite number.
That's the first really that has had any effect against the defence. That'll be play on yet again.
Or will it be 6 more? No, the referee's keeping the count as it is. That's the last. Ball played the man is the way he's ruled. It's the last one. Long to Sculthorpe.
That was a mile forward.
Anderson has gobbled it up for Bradford.
Well, it bounced off, but I can assure you this pass was a mile forward. You see, Sculthorpe was half a metre in front. But this is where Saints defence will come to it. They're building in confidence, even the fact that they're leading by 4 points.
Can St Helens hang on to half-time with this 4-point advantage? They're swarming after the ball carrier. It's Robbie Paul now. That's a good run from the captain. Almost to halfway. 3 tackles gone. 3 in the bank. Vicona down the short side. Sculthorpe offside.
Not standing square according to the official. Now surely they'll go and kick it into the corner. Got to try to get the roll. Try to come up with the try just before the half-time break. No doubt about it. Scully had taken a step to the left.
Here's Deacon. It goes wide to Robbie Paul. They're playing an expansive game, Bradford. Great tackle by Sean Long on Withers. Quick play the ball to Costin. Wide it goes to the Volcano. Leslie Vinacolo into touch again. Costin dropped by Joint.
He got it away just before they went over the whitewash. Still pressure. They've got to keep it alive.
This is Vinacolo again.
Oh, just swatted away. Get out of the way. He did well. His feet were still in the field of play, and they still want to go in that corner. Come on, fellas, there's plenty of room this way.
Lowe's plays the ball, has a bit of a shout at the touch judge. Here is Robbie Paul, a dab through for Deacon.
It was taken out, surely. Referee Russell Smith said he took the dive. It looked pretty bad to me. And Saints will be happy. Oh, he was taken out by Sculthorpe. No doubt in my mind that he got to Deacon. Well, they've got away with it, and he knows.
The red rose on his chest, Ian Milwood. As Long goes for a big hoof downfield, the 40-20, but it comes in centre field. Good kick, though, this. Great kick from Long. Withers on his own line. Blue wall ahead of him. Yonkers and Stankovic.
Well, I think the Bulls will be quite happy just to eat up the time. Runs from dummy half, nothing silly. Remember, it was 2 mistakes that was... Oh! What are they doing? What's happening out there?
Next tackle in this first half will be over, and there it is. Brian Noble's on his way down. The white rose of Yorkshire on his chest. Sean Long's try and goal, separating the 2 sides at half-time. James Lowe's looking angry. Paul Deacon, his penalty goal had the Bulls ahead 8-0 after 21 minutes. Then the Saints got going again. Bennett's try, long try. Bradford 8, St Helens 12. We're about to get underway. Deacon gets us rolling again in the second half. High hanging kick. Underneath it is Sculthorpe. And Sculthorpe is able to go over the top of Mike Forshaw, who slipped as he went in for the tackle there. And it's now with John Stankovic. Well, Bradford must hope that Saints don't score first.
Without a doubt, there's little doubt of it. They've got to, and I know that Saints, they'll take it very, very calmly indeed, and there'll be more running from this fella, I'm sure. Oh, he offloaded there. It was 50-50 ball. All right by the official Russell Smith. Bradford cannot afford Saints to score. It's as simple as that. Psychologically, it'll be a bitter blow I don't think they could recover from.
Fantastic kick from Long, well picked up by Withers. Bradley ran back. Bill Arthur's now got what was said in the dressing rooms at half-time.
Brian Noble, the Bradford Bulls coach, said to me as he came down the tunnel, we're in danger of giving this game away because they have given St Helens everything in the view of the Bulls coach. The Saints really haven't had to work for their tries. They've had them presented on a plate, and he wants to see his side tidy things up, get back to the game plan and start to complete sets of 6 and cut out the errors. Same goes for Saints coach Ian Millward. Very happy with the way his side finished that first half. They really did settle down and their completion rate was near perfect, and he wants them to continue that in the second half and just keep the pressure on the Bulls and try and keep forcing these errors. News from the Saints cap, confirmation Paul Wellens has got that cheekbone injury, fracture by the look of things.
Bitter news for Paul Wellens and David Waite, the Great Britain coach, and bitter news of course for Ian Millward and the Saints. Can they win it now for Wellens?
Rather interesting to see there the set of 6 from Bradford. The kick was ideal, but I'm afraid the chase wasn't good, and there's the young fella. He will be absolutely devastated. Maybe it will appease him somewhat if it can be Saints that lift this trophy. A long way to go, though.
A mile to go. The last mile of a marathon for these two great clubs. Only a whisker between them at the end of the 28 weekly rounds. Shields for St Helens. Last tackle here for them, this latest set of 6. It's with Long. Another good kick over the top. Now will that skip away and run dead? No, it won't. Nearly. Withers. Well, that we were told by Stuart Cummings on Thursday, Steve-O, at a do we were at in Wigan, that's going to be outlawed next year.
Yep. It'll be scrapped, and rightly so. Because what it does, it just negates a good kick when really you should be forced to try to get the ball back into the field of play. More action, more excitement. That's what we need.
He's going to propose that if that happens next year, that will be a dropout under the sticks. And rightly so. Here come the Bradford Bulls with Costin again. Tackled by Gleeson, but got the ball away to Gilmore. He found James Lowes. Lowes surrounded. Bennett was after him, so too Stankovic. Robbie Paul at dummy half. Deacon now. Anderson on his inside. Flips it back to McDermott. Brilliant hands. Robbie Paul for Bradford. Brilliant hands by Bradford then. Robbie Paul with the try. Not only an important try in the context of this match, but Robbie Paul now has scored over 500 points for the Bradford Bulls. That's the start that Brian Noble wanted. Gold in the hair. He wants gold on the finger.
This is where you keep the ball alive. Beautiful pass there from Deacon back to the big fella Anderson. And McDermott did it all right. It split the defence. That lovely little shimmy by the scrum half. Watch this, back on the inside. See how he sucked Cunningham in so that Anderson could go through. And what a time for the captain to score a try just after the restart. Wonderful moments. They certainly enjoyed that, and rightly so. That's the way to keep the ball alive when you're in the opposition quarter, not in your own.
It was the little dummy from this fella Paul Deacon that set it up, that move. And he, from bang in front now, has the chance to give the Bulls the lead again, which he does. 14-12 to Bradford. Robbie Paul, well, that day he ended up with the Lance Todd Trophy on a losing side. Tonight he hopes to pick up a gold ring to go with that gold splash on the top of his head.
Bitter blow to this man, but he knows, as we keep saying, that they can fight back, and they will fight back. They'll dig deep. And it's amazing how things can turn around. We spoke about that rule that's going to be changed, and that gave Bradford the possession to get in that position, and they've come up with a super try, and it was outstanding.
Brilliant skills.
Oh, two beautiful passes. None better than the one from Deacon on the inside, and Anderson did well, and so did McDermott.
Yes, great skill. And here's Anderson again. Stankovic got to him. He lost it. He lost it, did Anderson, and Stankovic with a very important tackle. He believes that should be head and feet to the Bulls, and it is.
Don't pull the ball out, John.
Yeah, John's pulled it out, and if it's one-on-one, it's a knock-on. Controversial decision by Russell Smith, but I think he's got it right.
Head and feet to the Bulls. Foreshore from the base of the scrum to his captain, Robbie Paul. Such an exciting player, this fella. And of course, he will be in the Kiwi squad. He'll rejoin them. Or rather, he will join them after this, because we have the Test Series upcoming in November. It is Naylor. This is Withers. Withers to the corner. Albert, he got to him, but it doesn't matter. That's a try.
Yeah, and it's Deacon at the heart of it yet again. He's got to see whether his feet has touched the touch flag. The corner flag has his feet touched the corner flag. It's been replaced now. Good work from Albert. It's no. Oh, he's got it down just before. It's Albert's leg that I think that touches it. But I tell you what, the fullback Michael Withers must have been a centimetre away from it. It does not move. That's what he's got to look at. No, he misses it by a centimetre. It's Albert that bends the corner flag. If it moves, it's no try. It only moved when Albert got there. This surely must be a try for the Bulls. But will they be denied yet again? They had one denied by the video ref. But I'm going for try on this one.
Michael Withers waits for the decision. There are one or two anxious faces out there for Bradford. They can smile now. 2 tries in 3 minutes for Bradford. And Michael Withers, who got the hat-trick as man of the match last year, has done the trick again. 18th of the season. None bigger and more important than that.
Well, nearly an exact replica of how they started the first half. They were denied, but again, what a beautiful pass from Deacon. Naylor did it well. Maybe there's a little bit of doubt the final pass there to Withers. But they will take them. Look at this. Sheer control. As I say, a little bit of doubt about that one. Maybe the fullback could have been a fraction in front from Naylor.
Kicks on its way. He's missed it. Little shake of the head from Deacon, but he's at the heart of everything this second half. Withers, the latest man to capitalise.
Well, little doubt that Brian Noble, the Bulls coach, said, come on, Paul, don't just rely on your kicking that you have done for many, many times. Start taking on the defence. And he has changed this game with
Brian
2
Noble.
little runs and passes, Eddie.
Brian Noble a bit more happy now, I think. A grand final winner at the end of his first year in charge. He won the World Club Challenge in February. An 80% win ratio for Brian Noble. But this is the one he wants to win more than most. And here is Vainicolo. 18-12, it's just one converted try, the difference. Tight as a drum. Wide to Peacock. Peacock taking them on. Sculthorpe and Newlove with the tackle. Deacon at dummy half. Wide it goes. Withers wants to be involved in everything now.
Saints still relying on this sliding defence, but I must say they've been caught out a few times by the good combination and quick passing out wide by the Bradford side. That's a good kick as well, into open space. The chase is there too.
This is Darren Albert for St Helens, met by Paul Anderson. Bradford now attacking the end where all of their supporters are massed. Stewart played the ball there to Hoppy. And here they come again with Mike Bennett.
What an impact this Lee Gilmore has had. He was involved in the tackle there, but it's good work on the blind side.
Gleeson knows had to retreat a little bit, and Costin gets to him. Now Cunningham down the short side, flicks Costin away, and Costin will take on Deacon. And, well, I tell you what, Cunningham, but what a hit then by Costin. What a hit by Costin on Gleeson.
He's taken a few big hits as a centre, Gleeson.
Long with the kick over the top. Vicona waits for it. Nasty bobbles. Good ball though to Withers. Withers tries to go round Bennett.
Gee, I'd hate to be a fan of this Bulls outfit, you know. They're doing it again. They were passing in their own quarter. And that's where a mistake can come about. But full credit to them. We often say that Saints, they take the gamble, they're the entertainers. But this time it's been the Bulls that have been doing that. They've taken the gamble.
Well, they're both entertainers. 1-5-1 tries Bradford before this. 1-5-8 St Helens. Leading try scorers in the game. Half an hour of the grand final remaining. Deacon, another kick down the line. Hoppy's after this. Bounces kindly for him. And Hoppy's now thinking of the pass inside, but he's clattered by Lowe's and McDermott instead. Darren Albert. Joint to Sculthorpe, looks left, takes them on himself. Gilmore stands, helped out by Anderson.
Well, we've just seen that Paul Deacon has taken control of the second half, and it's Sean Long on the opposition side that really has to put his body on the line now. He's got to try to test this Bulls defence.
Here is Long, kick downfield. A tester for Vinacolo, but it pops up neatly. And Gleeson and Hoppy close in on him. Good chase from the kick. Costin, Stankovic and Bennett.
He's had a big game as Brandon Costin, not only in attack, but his defence has been superb too.
McDermott's away!
Oh, they're starting to fall off, Eddie. Quite a few of them just gone a bit too high on the big fella.
Lowe's to Forshaw, and Forshaw stands and offloads to Lowe's. Good tackle though. Terrific tackle that by Darren Albert. Forshaw. Infield it goes to Deacon, wide then to Robbie Paul, wide and forward to Naylor.
No doubt about it. Oh, and Sculthorpe he did well then. Sculthorpe had enough experience to go right to the deck straight away. He was going towards a whitewash. But it was a fair call there. Saints really needed that ball because it was forward. And I think Naylor knew it too. But they've lost a little bit of spark of Saints.
Long, Darren Albert, doing a good job on Albert. I know he's slotted in at full-back for the unlucky Wellens, but here now is Gleeson, and he's away from McDermott, and he's away from the next one, and he's away from the next one, but he can't get a past Vinacolo.
What a wonderful step there from Martin Gleeson. Got the gap, had the strength to go through. This will be a kick, surely.
It is from Long, but straight into the arms of Michael Withers.
Oh, he's been like the Rock of Gibraltar, hasn't he, the fullback Michael Withers. He's just got his positional sense absolutely superb. But look how the Bulls are playing this ball quickly. And Saints are having trouble regrouping. I always thought there was going to be a doubt with the fact that St Helens, they played a hard game against Wigan last week.
Leon Price is on now as well. Fresh legs. And here is James Lowe's. Up the middle, Lowe's goes. Good tackle by Yonkers. It's Vinacolo, the man that Price has replaced. Deacon. Good kick over the top from Deacon. Albert retreating, backpedaling, picks it up though. Went down because he lost his footing, but McDermott was closing in. Now here comes Sculthorpe again. Oh, big hit by Anderson.
They've got him measured. And boy, oh boy, they fitted him out with a heavy suit then. And it was interesting to see there when they got the kick and Albert brought it forward. There was a lot of the St Helens players walking back. But haven't they done a good job, the Bulls, on this fella, Sculthorpe?
Cunningham. Here is Bennett. Big hit. They've all been big. Every tackle has been meant tonight. Long. High kick to test Vicona this time. Oh, he doesn't let it bounce. And he's away from Peter Shields. He can't get away from Yonkers and Hyam just on.
There's only one guy who want to get that ball. It was a good shield, though. They helped the winger. And it rather surprises me that St Helens are actually pinpointing with a high kick Vicona rather than the other wing, Vainikolo.
Oh, little knock on.
Oh, that's a bad one from Lowe's. And again, keeping this ball alive in their own half. They've done it a few times in their own quarter. They don't need to do that. They do not need to. The tackle was virtually completed. They are the side that's in front. It's St Helens that have to throw everything at them.
So here come the Saints again. Bradford with a 6-point lead. Whirlwind start to the second half. Whirlwind start to the first. We know what happened then. Here's Darren Albert now.
Good tackle by the fullback Withers. It had to be as well.
Cunningham will attack the line. Floats the pass. It's a walk-in. No, it isn't. Scrambling defence.
If it had gone straight, I'm sure that Shields would have scored.
Sculthorpe. He will.
No, he's short. He's 6 inches short. What a tackle from Gilmore.
He kept him out somehow. Cunningham, wide to long, wide to Gleeson. They're in this time. Martin Gleeson with the try. That one's given by Russell Smith. They were close twice. And Gleeson eventually, they had the two-man overlap out wide. Sculthorpe went close. Shields went close. In the end, Gleeson was the man who got over the line.
It all came about from the mistake by McDermott, and that is unbelievable yet again. Full credit to him. Well, Shields, to me, is a big fella. All I had to do was just fall forward. But they got the inevitable. You can see that the defence is all at sea. What an effort from Gilmore there. Sculthorpe looked as though he was underneath the post. Quick hands, good work from Long. Gleeson did well, got low, made sure he slid over. The ball game's on yet again, but St Helens, they'll be thinking it's Christmas early. They have just been given another try.
Well, Martin Gleeson's just made a little bit of history as Paul Sculthorpe gives them the rounds of the kitchen. Martin Gleeson has just become the first man to score in a Challenge Cup final and a grand final in the same year. Long with the kick then. This to level it. This for 18 all. 150th St Helens appearance and man of the match against Wigan last week. Well, it would have been a great goal when Manchester United were at home, but not so here.
No nets on display, and he'll be bitterly disappointed, and rightly so. But this fella Martin Gleeson, what a season he's had. Headed into full international brigade, and fully deserved as well. He knows the qualities of the centre Martin Gleeson, and he also knows the qualities of this fella Brian Noble, that he'll be plotting, trying to do something there. But I am sure that the message would have gone down, say, listen fellas, will you stop doing these silly passes when you're in your own half.
Sculthorpe collects, tips it to Stankovic, and he is gathered in by McDermott and Lowe's. Cunningham, Darren Britt. He's just on for Peter Shields.
Well,
just return to the fray.
They certainly needed a lift, and Gleeson has provided it.
Well, you can't take your eyes off this match. Let's go down to Phil.
Almost a carbon copy, Eddie, of the first half. Bradford starting in a dynamic fashion, and Saints just hanging on there. I think what Brian Noble will be disappointed is they couldn't get two clear tries in front. They were unable to do it in the first half. They haven't done it in the second. Saints come back with a mistake there now. Geez, this game's going to be close.
There's going to be nothing in it. There was nothing in it between first and second after the weekly rounds, and there's nothing in it at the grand final.
Mistake there by the substitute, Mickey Hyam, and that was early in the tackle count, and that really does hurt.
And it's right on halfway, this scrum.
They're actually pushing on this occasion. But you've got to keep thinking about the fact, will St Helens tire? They had that torrid game last week, Eddie. It's got to have had some effect on them.
You would think so. It's a test of fitness, a test of nerve. Costin from Robbie Paul. An important hand in there from Sean Hoppy. The knock-on will come.
He's in touch, surely. Well, the touch judge, there was a knock-on first, but the touch judge said, well, there was a knock-on there. Sean Hoppy took a real gamble. But again, Brendan Costin causing a lot of problems. He's having a big game, and he knows he's lucky to get away with it. It was definitely going to be a try for Leon Price.
So the scrum formed this time midway inside the Saints half. Deacon, Robbie Paul, wide it goes to Withers. Albert to him, gets the tackle in. Vicona. Fascinating interview with Vicona yesterday. His mum and dad were here last year. He asked them afterwards how they thought he'd played, and they asked him, was he on the field?
Yeah, it's amazing. He said, I'm looking forward to going back to my own country and just looking at the stars.
Indeed, there are a few stars to watch here tonight. Fielden's one of them, Gilmore's another. Trying to batter his way through the St Helens defence. Darren Britt and Tim Yonkers force him back. That's Lowe's. Here is Deacon again. Deacon hanging on, taking the tackle, last one.
He wanted someone coming short, there was nobody there.
Lowe's trapped. That's the turnover. Went for the power.
It's been pretty solid from both sides, as I say. Most of the tries today have come about because of the errors. But that's the way our game goes these days, because of this defence being so solid.
A titanic contest here at Old Trafford. Skillful. We're in the last quarter now. 19 minutes remain. Never before in playoff history have we had extra time and the golden point. That's going to go dead, that ball. Saints will trade 3/4 of the length of the field to get their defensive line set and hunt the mistake in the Bradford half.
Well, neither coach will be disappointed with the ball going dead over the in-goal line. You could see that Saints got that one-line of defence up pretty quickly. Now they've got to try to do what they've done a lot of times in this game, and that's forced the error.
Naylor plays the ball to Vicona. He'll run flat, he'll straighten it in a moment. Bennett with the tackle, Lowe's waits. Misses outfield and finds Forshaw.
He really has controlled it beautifully as a hooker, Jimmy Lowe's.
Here he is again, Costin. A dab down the line. I think he was looking for Price, I'm sure he was.
Well, they got the cross swords there. You see there that Price didn't anticipate it. He should have. He's had a big match, this fella. He's been involved with everything.
Yes, on his way back to Huddersfield from whence he came. And both he and Martin Gleeson this time last year, they were relegated with Huddersfield. Now they're in a grand final. It shows you. Oh! Well, Stewart rescued Paul Sculthorpe then. He got the Bradforditis. Here's Yonkers.
I think it's time now that Ian Millwood sort of just changes the tactics a little bit.
Back to 0 on the tackle count.
Just about to say, Eddie, that the Saints coach has got to start using Sculthorpe a little bit wider out. Far too many times Sculthorpe has been caught in possession.
Long got that ball away to Stankovic somehow. Stankovic gets the ball away somehow. And here is Bennett. One or two people raised the eyebrows when Ian Millwood named Bennett in his grand final team, but he hasn't let him down. Sculthorpe!
Good tackle. Beautiful work by Brian McDermott.
Cunningham. Long with a pass to Yonkers. Yonkers to Newlove. Tackled by Naylor. Yonkers again. Long will attack the line. A stab through. Got to be a knock-on. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty to Saints under the post. They'll take the two. St Helens will take the two and wrap it up.
Now then, Brian Noble feels that the ball played the man and not the opposite way around. And this is one thing that Bradford cannot afford to do: lose their cool. Now then, did the man play at the ball? Yes, I think he did. And he was just in front, was the big prop forward, Stuart Fielding.
The man that played the ball is the man
He
that
played it, and the referee's got it right. And that's the reason why you need a top referee in a big game like this.
Well, he's got it spot on. Bradford is saying that the man did not play the ball, but he did.
Yeah, McDermott lunged with the left boot.
And Fielding was stood in front. Penalty.
What are you being calling for it? Extra time.
It's going to get here.
And the golden point.
We're going to get it.
Long way to go.
Yes. But it's on the cards.
Could be a record here, eh? Playing till midnight at Old Trafford.
The Kiwis will love that. Long then from bang in front to level matters at Old Trafford. Bradford Bulls 18, St Helens 18. What a match.
Fantastic.
A dish to set before the Queen. What a shame she's not here.
Rightly so, but he must be wondering, Brian Noble, now that's the third time in this game they've had full control of the match, and yet they have gifted St Helens the try. There's no controversy about that one. It was obvious that McDermott certainly lunged at the ball, and it was a good decision by Smith.
So we're all square, and we have a quarter of an hour remaining.
You're loving this, aren't you? You want it to be a draw.
Well, I hate to say it, that was the Saints bench, by the way, that we just saw then. I think I'm the only one who tipped a possible extra time before the match.
Long way to go.
Publicly, anyway.
Yeah, long way to go.
Oh, there is 14 minutes.
It's
But
far too...
there's drop goal specialists out there, you know.
Well, it's got to be an option that's going through both coaches' minds.
And Long with the kick over the top. Leon Price waits for it. Oh, Leon Price is on his way. Leon Price is on his way. Oh, that was an important tackle from Bennett.
Was it ever? They were all at sea. Darren Albert was out of position.
Here's Deacon.
What a big
tackle
hit.
that was by Albert. James Lowes. Robbie Paul. Gilmore. He stands and gets away from them. McDermott.
Looks as though there's a problem with the little halfback, Paul Deacon.
Yes.
He's stretching the hamstrings. You can see him there on your right-hand side of the screen.
Fielding.
Some of this defence is outstanding.
Lowes. Costin. Costin on the inside to Lowes. Oh, they get it down just.
And that man again. Albert comes to the rescue.
Costin's dropped it.
That'll be on the last. That'll be the turnover.
What a tackle from Darren Albert.
3 on the trot. Never mind just one. What a tackle. Not the best pass there from Price. Golden opportunity, and Saints hang on by their fingernails yet again.
Well, Paul Deacon was stretching the hamstrings. Darren Albert now is behind his try line. He's stretching the hamstrings. I hope we'll have enough players left if we do get to extra time. This is a stamina-sapping match. Here is Sculthorpe. At Lowes and away from him. Not away from Fielding, though.
Well, I reckon the next break will create the try and create the pressure, and the heads will go down on the side that's in the opposition. And Saints haven't made many clean breaks. Believe it or not, they haven't.
Cunningham with a little run, that's the last. They're going to look for Long here with the kick. There he is. And Long will drill the kick towards the posts. And that's going to sit up in the in-goal area. Withers does well, though. Stankovic gets to him, and with Yonkers, he's turned on his back.
He's an amazing casual approach, hasn't he, the fullback Michael Withers. And this defence, electric from both sides. Breathtaking stuff.
Here goes Peacock now. Well, who's going to be the hero in the last 11 minutes of this grand final? Vicona.
Ooh, that was a high one there.
Oh, the shoulder, said the ref.
Try telling the winger that.
Here's Robbie Paul. Just couldn't make the break. Last tackle. Restricted to their own half of the field, Bradford. Robbie Paul has got cramp now. They're going down like flies here.
They'll stop the clock. He's gone for the time off. Now then, is this a ploy? Maybe not. It's been such a hard, tough encounter. And will they post Deacon over this 40 mark? And will they go for the 40-20? It's a rule that can just turn any game around.
Well, Deacon, I can tell you, while we're watching Robbie Paul, I can tell you that Deacon has got problems of his own with cramp.
Well, they'll get someone else to play the ball. And McDermott just says to Sculthorpe, would you like it? Then pull it back. Well, it's been played in an absolutely wonderful spirit, hasn't it? There's
been one or two little spats here and there, but it's nothing untoward.
Just pushing and shoving. And it's rugby league at its best. Now then, who's going to opt for the kick here? And he just went down. Maybe it's an ankle rather, but it appears that it's cramp.
Well,
he is thrown, or is
they
it the
should
hamstring?
really get him out of the way now and let the game carry on.
Well, he hasn't restarted the time, so there's no problem.
Well, everybody, I think the players and the referee would be grateful for that. Deacon has dropped back into his own 40, but he didn't have the strength in the legs then to get that ball away. And Long has to drop on it, and then he gives it to Darren Albert. And Darren Albert is a speedster.
Ooh, good job that nearly got low on him.
Here's Mick Hyan. Will we have one of the predicted heroes? Will we have an unlikely hero out here tonight? Darren Britt.
Let's hope it doesn't come about from a controversial penalty. He's an experienced referee, Russell Smith.
Sculthorpe on the inside to Long.
They're in a good position. I'd be looking for the one-pointer.
It's with Stankovic, and Stankovic will bring it back under the post. This could be the moment.
He's got to be. Give it to me. Give it to me. He's missed it. Cannot believe that. He had all the time in the world. Bradford were leaden-footed. Deacon just realised far too late, and it just stripped out to the left. Eddie's dream is still on the cards. No pressure whatsoever, and he blows it.
The pressure of a grand final, that's all. And that's pretty big pressure. Here is Forshaw. 9.5 to go. Bradford now trying to get down near the post with Lowe's. And there's Gilmore, and Saints know they've got to keep them out. They're on halfway. Lowe's to Deacon. And Deacon steps a couple, loses it. Play on. He'll put the scrum down, surely. There's no advantage to St Helens here. Well, now it's a penalty. Peacock lost his marbles for a moment then.
Well, it's on decisions like this and silly mistakes that the game can go away from you, and Peacock knows it. He's worked very hard indeed. Been a good ploy from Brian Noble as normal, using him out, but was that deliberately stripped? I think it might have been, 2-on-1, and that's what Bradford were claiming. And then Peacock, as Eddie said, just lost the old grey matter.
Well, 9 penalties in the grand final, that's all. And this is Hyan. It's 18 all. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Long for Saints. Darren Britt drives it forward.
Well, Britt, he's lost it.
Knock on.
Oh, he can't believe it. He thought it was stripped in a kickable position. And he said, Darren Britt, you were trying to get the arm free, which is part of his game. I'm not so sure. That is a controversial decision that has gone against St Helens. And this could have won the game for Saints. Jimmy Lowe's has taken the biggest gamble I think I've ever seen in a grand final. It would have been curtains, I feel.
Got away with it. He has got away with it, James Lowe's. Now then, you asked for the match not to be hinged by a controversial decision. If Bradford score here, that will go down as one of the biggest calls of all time.
John's all right. But Darren wasn't.
This is Forshaw. He's ripped it out, he said. He ripped it out. Not according to Russell Smith. Lowe's. That's 4 gone. They're inching towards the post, Bradford. Will they take a dip? Deacon. Wide it goes to Withers. Withers! Just couldn't get the pass away. That's the last one. Peacock. Deacon stretching. Going for the one-pointer. Deacon!
It's wide.
Wide again.
Oh.
I don't think I could take extra time. I certainly couldn't take a golden point.
But this time there was good pressure. I think it was Mickey Hyam that got to the halfback. Deacon took the gamble, had to do the step. He was a bit off balance.
Well, Withers has moved off from full-back out to the wing. He's got cramp. Phil, get your boots on, you're on.
Well, as Del Boy used to say in Only Fools and Horses, who dares wins. And I tell you what, the bravest guy out there now will need to have nerves of steel just to handle these last few minutes. A lot of speed in this St Helens side, but still a lot of power left in the Bradford Bulls.
How did Cunningham stay on his feet to get that ball away to Long? Here comes Stankovic.
Good sliding defence, it had to be. But you just get the feeling now that Saints, who I thought would...
Long, well, he went for the one-pointer.
That's a charge down, that's okay. Bradford will get... He should have waited, should have got into a better position.
He was way out west.
Yeah.
By Kona now for Bradford.
At least 35 metres out, and that's not the position to be going for a one-pointer.
Lowe's, Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul still. And eventually takes the tackle from Hoppy.
He won't be happy with the fact that there was no second phase.
Leon Price, Hoppy around his ankles, but gets the ball away to Forshaw. Good defence from St Helens here. 61,000 inside Old Trafford, a record crowd for the grand final. They've been treated to an absolute massive match. A game of, well, we use the 4-letter word many times, epic proportions. Dab over the top from Lowe's. Fielden flicks it on, and it was bravery from Albert.
Was it ever? He did the right thing to kick it there. And it looks like Jimmy Lowe's has got taken out in the back play. He was the one that got the kick. There was no obstruction given. Darren Albert is stretching the hamstrings again. He's got the cramp. They're going down like flies.
High and wide to Yonkers.
Well, if it goes to extra time, there are going to be so many tired people out there. The bodies, talk about putting your body on the line. It has been superb from both sides.
Last tackle here for Saints. Long will just dab the ball over the top, and they've given it to Price, and now Leon Price will launch the counter-attack. Gleeson with a tackle and a half. It's costed inside to Withers. Where's the hero? Where's the hero in the last 4 minutes of the grand final of 2002?
And I just got the feeling that someone will certainly come to the top, like the cream on top of the milk, Eddie. Because they are the cream of rugby league out there in this country. They are giving it their best. Runs from dummy half from either side.
There's another one from Lowe's. He's away from Sculthorpe. Yonkers and Sculthorpe in the end get to him. That's the last. They've restricted Bradford to a long, long way out. Will Deacon go for it? He's on halfway. No, a dab through. A dab through, and they'll hunt the mistake from Hoppy. Here comes Sean Hoppy. He flicks it inside to Darren Albert. Albert goes up the middle.
And they're equal on the breaks too. That's how close it's been. Equal on the dummy half, although Lowe's would have added an extra one there.
Well, Darren Albert knows what it's like to snatch a grand final. He scored a try with 7 seconds remaining for Newcastle in 1997 against Manly. Here is Shields just back on, driving it upfield. And Bradford now saying to St Helens, you've got to get past us.
They've got to stay on side, they've got to keep their composure, not give away a silly penalty, not going late, don't try to strip the ball. It's all going through their minds.
Sculthorpe with a drop goal attempt. Why? And it goes dead.
Well, again, we have that situation.
2.5 minutes.
Where they're having it there, and this crowd, they're spellbound. I'm sure your viewers will be equally absorbed in this game. It has been absolutely wonderful. A credit to our game, our sport. You talk about athletes. There are 34 absolutely wonderful athletes out there.
Well, Leslie Vinacolo's been pitched back on to try and win it. 3 tackles gone, 2 minutes and a little remaining. The tension here is absolutely unbearable as Forshaw takes the 4th tackle. They're inching further forward. Price waits. Back it goes to Deacon. He's going for it. Oh, it's a long, long way out. That was ambitious.
Never mind, it's still a good kick in the end, and Hoppy has touched it.
They're all onside now.
Oh,
Hoppy.
It's in the big gamble. He has to. Why not? He knows that this guy's got plenty of speed.
Well, he has when he's fit, but he's full of cramp. 90 seconds remaining. Here goes Anthony Stewart to halfway. They've got plenty of tackles left and a minute and a half, St Helens. Here is Long. Now it's with Sculthorpe. And Sculthorpe takes the tackle from Price and Fielden. Will they go early? They've got time for 2 more tackles.
They've just got to force it to the sticks. Shields always getting the ball away.
He does to Sculthorpe. Here is Long. Here is Newlove. And Newlove. Well, they're in queuing of it now. They're in queuing of it now. Will they go?
Oh, what are they doing?
It's all right. There's 1 to go. This is the moment. This is the moment. This is the moment for Long. This is the moment for Long. He's kicked it. Long has kicked it. Long has kicked the goal that will win the grand final. Sean Long for St Helens.
What a sensational drop goal from that guy. Outstanding effort. I thought they'd gone for it earlier in the time, and all of that in pounds.
And Cunningham steadies the ship. Cunningham steadies the ship. St Helens are going to win it now.
No doubt about it.
St Helens will win it now. Oh,
That could have been a voluntary tackle. They are complaining to the referee. That could have been a controversial situation. Sculthorpe will say, you can hit me all you want. We are the champions.
unbelievable at Old Trafford. Look at Paul Wellens. Look at Paul Wellens out there. Well, Brian Noble and Bradford will be furious, and James Lowes is leading the complaints to Russell Smith that there was a voluntary tackle there. He didn't see it that way, but Sean Long is getting his finger ready for the gold ring, and James Lowes continues the debate with the referee.
Well,
This is the moment when Joint might have been penalised for a voluntary tackle.
it should have been a voluntary tackle. He made no contact with the player, and he threw himself deliberately to the ground. The referee has made a big boo-boo. That should have been a penalty. And I can't believe that Chris Joint, with all his experience, has done that. They've got away with it, and they have picked up this trophy, the gold rings, and you can see that Jimmy Lowes is far from impressed. But I think to everybody seeing that, Eddie, it was completely deliberate. It's very rare that they give a penalty for it, but to me that was rubbing salt into the wound. It was a big gamble from Joint, but no one touched him, Eddie.
Well, controversial moment at the end. There's the man who dropped the goal to win it in the end, and I think it's Phil who's with him, is it?
Sean, come back here. That's only the chairman. You've got to watch. I think that's appropriate, given that time was running out.
Yeah, that's fantastic again, but it's a 17-man team, and they're the old guards. They're fighting for every tackle. They took us from our own line right to that 10-yard line, which they're able to get us a drop goal. I just nice on the cake, really. It was just a 17-man performance.
You'd have enough practice, hadn't you?
I thought I'd blown it, honestly. I thought I'd blown my chances when I missed that goal, drop goal, but I've got no chance. Scully dominated on the right hand side. that and just left me wide open.
It was agonising to watch. The heart was pounding. What was it like to be out there with the clock running down?
Yeah, you know, it was running down, but it was both same up for both sides. It was just like a seesaw. It was everyone that could get down that last red zone and control the ball would win the spoils. You know, we had them kicking from their 40, which enabled us to rhythm return the ball. But I'm absolutely shot at.
Well done, Sean. Well done. I think your drop goals. Hang on, come back. Your drop goal in the screen.
Yeah, great time, and I missed the one, so just glad I got it really.
Man of Steel. Man of Steel. Now, Super League champions. Not a bad week.
Unbelievable week, to cap it off with that. It just shows that the character of this team, the boys are tremendous. We've done it hard all year. And, to finish top of the league and then come through and win the grand final, it just shows the character of the team. Tremendous.
You maybe did it a bit hard tonight. I mean, obviously the Bulls made it hard for you. Did you make it hard for yourselves at times?
At times we did, but take no credit away from them. They're a tremendous team. There's nothing in the teams, and I think the scoreline was probably a fair reflection of the game. If it had finished a draw, there would have been no complaints from us.
Just the only thing that really probably spoils tonight is poor Paul Wellens to pick up an injury like that, and he's probably going to miss the Test series now. He's missed out on this. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, obviously we always see him at half time. He's a champion bloke, on and off the field, and I think the boys did the second half for him. He's a great guy, and he's been one of the main players in this team all year. And he's got us here, and we've got it for him.
Thanks very much, Paul.
As well.
Well, Sean Long has come up with the 9th drop goal of his career, but the first of this season to win the grand final for St Helens. But the match ending in controversial circumstances. That won't bother the Saints captain, Chris Joynt, though.
Chris, you've had some nail-biting games against the Bradford Bulls. This probably was the pick of them.
Yeah, definitely. I think we give ourselves 30 seconds to win the game this evening. That was one hell of a tough game, and the character and spirit this team has shown, throughout the course of the year is absolutely tremendous. The fans are just, the brilliant people.
Was it probably one of the toughest? I mean, looking at the way the players were going down with cramp, there was Paul Wellens with his cheekbone fractured. It looked like one of the hardest grand finals.
Yeah, it was one of the toughest I've played in, and I'm just glad to say that I'm a winner again.
And what do you put it down to?
Well, I mean, we have a good work ethic at this club. Everybody pulls in the same direction. Great team spirit, great bunch of lads, no cliques. We're just one big happy family.
Bit of controversy at the end. Was it a voluntary tackle? Bradford were furious.
We'll look at that on the video again. I don't think it's going to change the score, is it?
OK, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Well, Chris Joynt, I think he knows at the bottom of his heart that maybe it was a voluntary tackle, but it wasn't picked up by the referee.
Controversy. We said that perhaps the game we didn't want it to hinge on something like that. But I think you've got to say full credit to Saints. They always hang in, don't they? They did the right thing. They had enough common sense to drive towards the six. I thought they'd made a mistake. They actually run on the 4th, and then it was just a wonderful drop goal from Mr. Long.
Well, there's the coach of the moment, Ian Millwood, with Bill.
Ian, has the ticker slowed down now?
Oh, well, I just sat back and no, it's hard to enjoy it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Can I just say to my mum back in Australia, I love her. And the tight management and Peter Lloyd who look after me have been so good to me since I've been over here. Well, you talk about dreams. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Were you confident when that final set of 6 took you to right in front of the post?
Well, Sean had a couple of shots, so he was in practice. Just so proud of the way we hung in there. We were getting stronger as the game got on, and we just had to hang in there after half time. They really went all guns blazing at us, but gee, words probably won't put into place what's happened here, and just everyone who supported us, our family, our fans. It's just a special moment. We just dream of it.
You've known some great moments already in your time at St Helens. Where does this rank?
Yeah, well, your next victory is your best victory, and today is one of our great victories. The way we toughed it out here today, and they're a great team, Bradford. They're the world champions, And Sydney City, where we're going to take it back because we won it against Brisbane Broncos in 2001. And I coach a special breed of people and I have a great board. I'm really happy. It's hard to put into words, sorry.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, St Helens led this grand final for barely 12 minutes. But it was a very important 12 minutes, wasn't it? Well, we've heard from just about everyone on the St Helens side. I'm sure that someone from Bradford will be talking to us before we disappear tonight. Well, this is Andrew Whiteland from the Rugby Football League, and we're going to have the handing over of the trophy right now.
By members of the Rugby League Writers Association. The winner of the Harry Sunderland Trophy for the 2002 Tetley Super League Grand Final is Bradford Bulls' Paul Deacon.
Ladies and gentlemen, commemorative medals will now be presented to the match officials. Please show your appreciation to them without further ado, led by referee Russell Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, the runners-up in the Tetley Super League will receive commemorative medals. Please welcome to the stage, led by their captain, Robbie Ball, the Bradford Bulls.
Bradford Bulls come up and collect their commemorative medals, but James Lowes, who led the protests to the referee, is not taking part in any celebrations with a small C. He's prowling the touchline, and I think he's about to leave the scene. The Bradford Bulls lost the grand final by a point. Brian Noble, their coach, so far he's kept his thoughts to himself. But Colin Povey of the sponsors, Carlsberg Tetley, and the executive chairman of the Rugby Football League, Richard Lewis, are about to give the trophy over to the victorious St Helens. They came into these playoffs as league leaders, and they have beaten the Bradford Bulls by just 1 point. The man of steel gets another ring. Sean Long, first drop goal of his career, of his season rather, won it. What a finish for people like Sean Hoppy, who is in there somewhere. Their 4th title in 7 seasons for St Helens. 1996, 1999, 2000 and 2002. And young Paul Wellens, despite the fact that he's got the fractured cheekbone, he picks up a winner's ring as well. He was on the field barely 2 minutes, and such a tragedy for him, and indeed for Great Britain, that he picked up such a severe injury. But it's the Saints who are the champions. That trophy's going back to Knowsley Road again, and Chris Joynt will collect it now, and St Helens are champions of 2002. They've gone without the trophy, for the time being anyway. kids are getting showered in the beer.
They won't mind it.
Chris Joynt now will talk to the crowd.
First of all, I'd like to say commiserations to Bradford. They put one hell of a fight up today. I'd like to thank the sponsors, Carlsberg Tetley, for the continued support. All the staff who worked tremendously hard. All the coaching staff, we've had a tremendous year. All the squad players, we are the champions. Thanks very much to the fans. See you later.
Well, now he will get the trophy. And he hasn't lifted it up above his head yet. Now he has. Wonderful scenes if you're a St Helens fan, and a firework display to match the occasion crackles overhead. Well, Ian Millwood needs a new suit. He is absolutely
Ladies
soaked
and gentlemen, the Tetley Super League champions 2002.
Tommy Martin played his part in the season, and he is amongst the celebrations as well. And they will go home to Nosey Road tomorrow, and they will show the trophy off. There's the drop goal hero, and look at the face on Paul Wellens behind him. The scars of battle for all to see. One drop goal this year, and it's the drop goal that won the grand final. He pinched it underneath the noses of the Bradford Bulls, and Brian Noble, their coach, is waiting to talk to Bill.
Brian, first up, what was your view of the end of that game?
Everybody else is up there. So long got the goal and they won the game. I thought we were fantastic tonight. Very, very proud of all the players. I think a look at the tape, I think we'll find that we handed the game to them with a few other things that we did, but I thought the best side lost, and we'll get them next year.
You handed the game to them. You got yourself into a good position on a couple of occasions, and then let them back at you.
Yeah, but he felt that they handed it to them. And when you look at it, you know, Bennett, Long, Gleeson, all three tries came about from a Bradford mistake that could have been stopped. But you cannot stop a champion side like St Helens. Given them an opportunity, and they've taken it. Full credit.
Yes, and these celebrations will last long